Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something fundamental for homeowners, especially around here in northern New Jersey.
Masonry.
Exactly. Masonry, tile, chimney work,
Mm.
the kind of stuff that keeps your house standing and looking good.
Right. And we've gathered some info on a local company, Profine Construction. They're based in Cliffside Park.
We wanted to see what they offer, understand the range and the quality, especially because our weather, well, it really puts buildings to the test.
It absolutely does. You see it everywhere, right?
Yeah,
The beautiful old brickwork, the stone patios. They all need proper care to last.
especially through those freeze-thaw cycles we get.
Precisely. So knowing who does quality work, whether it's like fixing up a chimney in Fort Lee or maybe tiling a new bathroom in Weehawken, it's pretty important for homeowners.
Okay, so let's talk specifics about Profine Construction. You said Cliffside Park?
Yeah, 36 Lawton Ave.
Mhm.
And they've been operating for over 15 years.
15 years. That's a solid track record.
Yeah.
I saw something about their reviews.
Uh-huh. Very impressive. A 4.9-star rating, and that's based on like 200 reviews.
Wow, okay. That kind of consistency says a lot.
Yeah.
People seem happy.
It suggests they're doing good work, definitely. And the basics are covered too. They're licensed, insured, the
That's
essential.
good. Non-negotiables, really. And
Yeah.
they offer free inspection.
Free inspections and quotes, yeah. Their number, if you need it, is 201-328-7456.
Okay, 201-328-7456.
And email.
I've got a couple listed. My mail at mailservice.com and Profine Construction LLC&J@gmail.com.
Got it. And where do they actually work? Just Cliffside Park?
Oh, no, much wider. Cliffside Park, sure, but also Ridgefield, Fairview, Fort Lee, Guttenberg.
West New York, North Bergen, Union City. I see Weehawken, Hoboken, even Lyndhurst listed.
Exactly. Places like zip codes 070-07657, 070-220-007-093. Basically a big chunk of northern New Jersey.
So if you're in that area, they're likely an option. Okay, let's dig into the actual services. Masonry first, bricklaying, stonework. Right. What seems key here is their mix of like traditional skills and modern materials. It's not just about function, it's beauty and durability.
So what kind of specific brick and stone stuff do they do?
Well, installing veneers, brick and stone facing, also custom designs, accent walls, decorative patterns.
Oh, interesting. So not just plain walls.
No, and structural work too, building and repairing brick walls. And something really important for our area, historic brick restoration.
Ah, yes. With all the older housing stock around Cliffside Park and nearby towns, matching old brickwork is crucial.
It really is. It preserves the character, Done right, good masonry boosts curb appeal, property value, and, well, it just lasts, even with our weather.
Okay, makes sense. Let's switch gears slightly, but still related. Chimneys.
Yeah, chimneys take a beating, constantly exposed. Profine seems to emphasize catching problems early.
Which is smart. You don't want water getting in, or worse, safety issues. What services do they offer for chimneys?
It's pretty comprehensive. Repointing, which is fixing the mortar joints, crown repairs or replacement, that's the top flab.
Right.
Full rebuilding if needed, fixing the flashing where the chimney meets the roof, waterproofing, also liners and dampers.
So the whole system, basically.
The whole system. They stress that regular maintenance by masonry pros keeps things safe and reliable, and it protects the chimney's look, too.
Okay, and I saw mention of some more specialized masonry services, tuck pointing and repointing.
Yes, we mentioned repointing for chimneys, but it applies to any brick or stonework. Tuck pointing is similar, but sometimes involves creating a visual impression of fine joints.
And why are these so vital here?
It comes back to the weather. Water gets into failing mortar, freezes, expands, and just destroys the masonry over time. These services stop that water infiltration.
And keeps the building looking sharp, especially if they match the mortar color.
Exactly, that detail matters. Then there's hardscaping.
Right, transforming outdoor spaces, patios, walls.
Yeah, patios, retaining walls, walkways. Big impact on usability and look.
What's important to know about hardscaping in northern New Jersey?
The base preparation and drainage are absolutely key. If that's not done right, things shift, crack, especially with frost heave.
So you need someone who knows how to plan for that.
Definitely. Profine mentions focusing on that. They do paver patios, blue stone, natural stone, retaining walls, even outdoor kitchens and fire pits.
Nice. Creating real outdoor living areas.
Pretty much. Steps, garden walls, planters too.
And you mentioned historic restoration before, but they list it specifically again.
Yeah, it really highlights that it's a different skill set. Older buildings in places like Guttenberg or North Bergen need careful work.
Matching old mortar, finding the right materials.
Exactly. Preserving heritage while making sure it's structurally sound, it's a specialized field.
And they also do tile.
Briefly mention, yes, interior, exterior tile bathrooms, kitchens, patios. They emphasize substrate prep and waterproofing there too, which prevents common tile failures.
Okay, so quite a range. If someone's listening in, say, Hoboken or Fairview, why consider Profine specifically?
Well, a few things stand out. First, that local knowledge. Their craftsmen understand our buildings, our climate challenges.
That experience counts.
It does. Second, they seem to take a whole project view, thinking about how masonry fits with roofing, landscaping, other elements.
Integrated solutions, kind of.
Yeah. Third, the focus on quality materials and techniques for longevity. You want it done right the first time?
Absolutely.
And what about the process itself?
They mention clear communication and planning. For homeowners, knowing what's happening, when, and why, that reduces a lot of stress.
No doubt. Transparency is huge.
So, skilled local craftsmen, comprehensive approach, quality materials, and clear communication. Those seem to be the key takeaways.
And again, while they're based in Cliffside Park, they serve that whole northern New Jersey area we talked about.
Right, a broad service area.
Okay, so wrapping this up, Profine Construction looks like a solid, experienced option in northern New Jersey for a whole spectrum of masonry needs: brick, stone, chimneys, hardscaping, restoration, even tile, high ratings, long history. Seems that way. They focus on quality, durability, and making sure things look good, tailored for our region. Again, the number is 201-328-7456.
And the website.
Ah, yes, it's profineconstructionllc.com. You can find info there and request a free consultation.
Great. So here's something to think about. How's your masonry holding up? That brickwork, that chimney, those steps,
Yeah,
their condition really impacts your home's value and safety. Maybe it's time for a quick inspection.
good thought. Preventative care is often much cheaper than major repairs.
Indeed. Well, that's our deep dive for today. Thanks for tuning in.